Welcome to my daily practice at Wendy Coad Art. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video.
Hi, my name is Wendy and I'm an artist. I've been an artist my whole life and I am excited to invite you into my studio and show you my art practice. I paint every day and I do acrylic on paper. I also do stencils. I draw. I organize my studio space. I do a lot of things. For me, art is about problem solving, so there's always little tricks and tools that I can share with you along the way. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I am going to be taking down most of these paintings, and so I need to start another project that I can work on while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, so to speak. So I have selected one of the paintings that I have finished recently, but am not in love with. And so I'm going to use this painting as the surface for a series of small paintings. I do this pretty regularly when I'm, in between projects and waiting for paper, or I don't have any ideas, or I've just kind of gotten to like a sticky point. I don't like what I'm doing, or I want to sit with it. I think I said that before. So without further ado, this is the painting. It's actually a series. I was going to divide it, and quite frankly, I think it works better on the smaller scale. But I have enough of these now that I don't need to, I just don't need to work to the death, so to speak. So I'm just going to attach it to the board here. And, it's got the waves that the paper moves with when it gets wet. I kind of like all that. And also I put my staples in the center of the four sides to begin with. That way I will have the greatest chance of it not skewing, managing the ripples and waves of the paper. So I'm going to continue. It's very much like stretching a canvas, where you do the same thing. You start on the edges and then work your way around the perimeter of the paper. All right, that was the first step. The next step is I'm just going to grab my tape and hopefully this will suffice. So I'm just going to take the tape. It's about 3/4 of an inch wide, and I'm going to press it along. I don't think it matters, where you start, the wide side, the narrow side. I can just barely see through the tape. And that's kind of nice because I want to, I want to be pretty even. One of the staples has not been driven in far enough, but I think that'll be okay. Now this edge, my favorite, this is the edge where I sawed the paper in half, a bit like Houdini, and it kind of jumped. The jigsaw jumped, and so I got a little bit of a variation, or I just kind of went off track and can't remember what happened there. Now, I want it to lay flat, and I want the adhesion to be good, but that doesn't always happen, and that's not the end of the world for me. I just want a bit of a definition, a bit of an edge, and so I will go with the flow here. There's varying types of tape. This is just a plain, painter's tape. You want something that's sticky but not going to attach forever to the surface. That's why I use masking tape or masking type tape and not Scotch tape. The Scotch tape really sticks. And I folded this paper in half, so I do know where the center line is. Now I just have to make 2 short and 1 long tapings. So just to be relatively accurate, the paper's 28 inches. I'm going to go with 14 as my center. And I'm just going to, kind of straddle that 14 inches. On one side, and then on the other side. So, now this is what happens when the edge of the tape kind of gets caught up in something fluffy, some rag or paper towel or something like that. And so I just have to start again, be a little more gentle. Go to 14 there. And sometimes what I will also do, that just doesn't look straight. All right. Sometimes what I will also do is, well, I forgot. I forgot what I sometimes also do. It'll come back to me. $14 here. Well, I was wrong about this tape. It's almost 1 inch. By my measure, it's a little bit less than 1 inch. Oh, I know what it is that I also do. And that is, I also will take a pencil, some kind of or a spoon, some kind of a rounded edge, and I will just use it, here, there's a brush here. I'll just use it on its flat side to adhere the tape a little bit better. Now, I don't think that it's the edge that's adhering the tape. I think it's the heat from the friction of the brush or the whatever tool you're using. and that will soften the glue surface and just let the tape adhere a little bit better. Because I have quite a bit to do here. Oh, well, quite a bit. I have 2 more sections. I want to get this straight. I'm going to use an additional measure. So this is 21 inches. So that's 10 and a half would be my mid mark. 10 and a half. Start from this edge. As the midline, and so I'm just going to go between 10 and 11 there. 10 and a half. 10 and a half. Or between 10 and 11. This one's too big. It's like bowling back here. Move it along. 10 and a half. This is an inside margin, so it's not really going to be noticeable because, you know, I'm not doing anything hyper real or hyper anything. Maybe hyper energetic, but hyper colorful, but not, you know, not necessitating a exactness. You know, there are certainly industries where exactness is the thing to do, but this is not one of them for me. So now you can see I have a nice grid. And I always love this moment because some of these panels I like just the way they are. I'm like, ooh, don't touch that. Ooh, keep that one. This would be one, just like that X. They all have something, but I'm glad I did this with my paper because I can see that the parts just weren't coming together. So it's a prime candidate for doing something else. And just to get started, I'm going to add some color and make some lines with that. This is not at all where I'm wanting it to end, but it'll be in the beginning, kind of fun. So here, let's try some diagonals. Just taking some of these right to the edge. It's like a asteroid storm. I like that. And Prussian blue. All right. Oh, I seldom do this because of the, you know, the mixing, muddying of the paint. But I'm just curious, adding a little bit of blue, what adding a bit of blue will do. and I can take it in whatever direction I want it to go. And I can leave some of them just like little spots there on the horizon. As soon as you put a horizontal line across a rectangle shaped piece of paper, you have a landscape. It just happens. It's just what our eye is looking for all the time. Find that horizon line. It can be low, it can be high, but it's the thing that we move towards almost immediately. So work with it. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to do today. Just wanted to get a mess started so that I could come in and try and fix it, make it better. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today, and maybe other days too. I'll take you through my day-to-day as an artist, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Thanks for being here.